Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Please tap like and subscribe down below if you don't mind. Guys, XRP is right in the middle of this storm here. What's happening? We've got new signals from the market, from institutions, and from the XRP ledger itself. We're going to break it all down for you here today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for spending some time with us. Oh boy, XRP's price, we've been dealing with it for the longest time, and we know this is what we're in for. Guys, the intraday high is $2.21. We'll cover it. We'll get to it in a moment. We'll share our screen with the market. What's happening on-chain in markets right now and on the institutional regulatory front. Let's do a little bit of a dig here, just a little bit. I don't know what everybody is up to with where they're tracking their XRP and ETFs and things and what's happening these days with XRP News. XRP's been expanding its hold in some of these payment regions, Africa and so forth, that they've already been established in. They're increasing it. We covered some of that yesterday. Guys, market and price action and on-chain signals, according to recent analysis and key on-chain metrics for XRP, dormancy, let's say older coins staying unremoved, okay, has hit a 3-month high, as spent coins dropped from 91% from mid-November to now. Okay, yet despite that bullish signal, XRP's price is still stuck in a range roughly between $1.81 and $2.28 as we see. I know. What can we do? As of today, XRP is, let's see, we'll give it a price. XRP coming in at $2.12. So, some analysts, of course, are remaining bullish here, guys. Recent claims that XRP could reach 2-digit prices, coming up shortly here. I think it's very possible. I think that a lot of folks could be surprised when we see a $10, $11, $12, $13 XRP, given that we're at, $2.20, whatever it is right now. Very interesting. Never a financial advisor here. Key takeaways. On-chain metrics are pointing to a potentially bullish setup, guys. Price range bound, of course, but let's see what happens. Let's see if we can kick past kind of like 228, 230, 230s range and get ourselves back into the 250s and 260s on our way past the $3 range. And of course, past $5 range, shooting toward the double-digit mark. Coming up shortly. Institutional flows and ETF money manager activity. According to recent data, guys, XRP spot ETFs have attracted about 850 million inflows within 12 days. That's for like those 4. Outpacing inflows into Ethereum and Solana products over the same period of time. Naturally, what we would expect. XRP is a crap coin. That inflow surge is happening just as macro conditions appear to be stabilizing, guys, which means, what do you think that means? You tell me. On an institutional level, fund level, you tell me. You know what I mean? You guys think about this. On the corporate side, Ripple moved 1 billion XRP into circulation and locked about 700 million for December, actively ensuring there's no escrow released for the month. So, that said, the company has also transferred XRP to a wallet linked to Binance. Yeah, guys, this is about to pop. That sparked speculation on possible exchange-oriented distribution here, right? Like what's going to happen with, no more dark pool, no more OTC. What happens with exchange purchases? What happens when Binance and these exchanges run out? They got to go buy more XRP, you see? Now, the takeaways here, guys, institutional appetite appears alive. ETFs are pouring in capital. Obviously, you've been watching it. Simultaneously, Ripple's escrow and wallet movements add complexity, right? Liquidity, right? Got the receipts. Liquidity is rising. But supply dynamics could absorb momentum unless demand scales further. We're expecting that it probably will. There's real world utility and infrastructure moves. We're probably going to see that. We don't know. Guys, welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the Tanka. This morning, coming to you Thursday, December 4th, here from sunny Colorado at 7:06 Mountain Time. Is it Mountain Standard Time? I believe it is. MST? No, it's MNT. I think it's both. With a slash or a hyphen between. Guys, a major new development, XRP Ledger, may soon serve as the backbone for a zero-knowledge identity system in Japan. The zero-knowledge identity. Yeah, XRPL Foundation, not just for payments, but for digital identity too. Some people don't like it, I know. Compliance and potentially national risk tokenized economy infrastructure with this play. This will significantly expand the real-world use cases of XRP and XRPL beyond trading, potentially shifting, beyond ODL, right? People don't like it, I understand. Beyond speculation, core infrastructure, make my eyebrows bounce. Yep. More broadly, some analysts believe, of course, by 2026 could bring a rebirth for XRP, driven by XRPL upgrades and increasing institutional adoption. We'll have to see. That might not be just speculation. We'll have to see. The key takeaway here is XRP seeing expansion beyond money. Yeah. Making an identity play here. I know. What are you going to do? This is where the world's going, guys. Not a lot you can do about that. XRP and the XRP Ledger facilitating now identity services besides on-demand liquidity and cross-border payment solutions. Wow. Now here's what to watch. Key levels and catalysts, guys, for the next moves. Price breakout level, a daily close above. I would say if we can get past about $2.30 today, yeah, that's $2.28. It's widely viewed as a trigger that we were going to bump towards $2.75 or so and head ourselves up to that $3 mark. Never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Crypto is very risky. You could lose everything, your shirt, your socks, your shorts, your glasses, everything in crypto. So be careful now. You also can make a lot of money in crypto too. Got to tell you that side of it. You know what you're doing. I ain't the one to tell you that. You're going to have to figure that out with your own research now, child. Somebody's fetching my sweet tea while you're at it, if you don't mind. Thank you. Tap that like and subscribe gently if you don't mind. Guys, real-world infrastructure adoption. Watch XRPL's developments like, for example, national scale identity and tokenization projects, such as the one reportedly being considered in Japan here right now. Yeah, that could shift fundamental demand dynamics big time. No? Price go up? No, I cannot say. I do not have a crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball. Risks and what's holding XRP back right now. Thank you, beautiful wife, here at the studio for bringing me my coffee. Oh, yeah. Mind you don't spill on the equipment, please. Guys, I hope you're having a lovely morning wherever you are. I think we're making it abundantly clear that anybody who's paying attention to crypto is seeing that, first of all, XRP is not a crap coin. XRP is a crap coin. While XRPL adoption stories like in Japan and others are promising, guys, we've got to stay in reality. We're not going to be speculative. We saw some real world partner activity and expansion that we covered yesterday in some payment regions, Asia and we've got Asia, we've got Japan, we've got South America, Asia and Japan. What are you talking about, guy? We've got the Asia Pacific region, but also the MENA region for Middle East and that whole area, and then also South America. So and also the U.S. So we've got like four or five. We got, don't forget Australia now. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7 payment corridors that are about to be shaken up like never before in history with the UFO speed and expansion of the ODL solution that Ripple has on the XRP ledger, leveraging the XRP that you or I possibly are holding, and that's never financial advice. And by the way, whatever you do, guys, don't ever do this. Don't ever buy or sell these three because of what I'm saying, and don't ever play the video back 3 years from now, as I always say. Those who have been here for a while. I forgot my little Christmas tank. Sorry, guys. Our new Christmas banner, as you see. Thank you, Luke, our lovely production guy. We're all about XRP. We're drinking the XRP Kool-Aid. Whoever isn't is going to be one of those folks who, of course, much later on down the road, I would say probably I'm going to give it about 3 years. What are you talking about, Tank? I can't wait another 3. I'll be dead by then. I can't wait 3 years. Oh, boy. Guys, calm down. You're going to be fine. From one XRP holder to another, you're going to be fine. Relax. Everything's going to be okay. I'm here to tap you on the back and tell you a nice bedtime story and get you your little bottle. Everything's going to be fine. I got you. I'm here for your encouragement and your uplifting. I am not a financial advisor, of course. I am, however, a talking head and a personality and a researcher, amongst many other things. I am known as being a researcher. Let's see how good of a researcher I am as I continually tell you and the others and everybody to don't touch these 3, XRP, XLM, and XDC. Don't touch them. Or do, but don't do because of what I say, right? I am not a financial advisor. And I have been shouting it as loudly into this orange microphone cover as I possibly can to never buy or sell these 3 because of what I say or do on the channel. And make sure that you do not go ahead and play this video back 3 years from now, whatever you do, and you see where the prices of these 3 are. We'll start with XRP at $2.13. Oh, the Stellar Lumens Network holding XLM 25 cents. And of course, the Zinfin Network. No, I know people want to say it's out of China or something. No, it's out of Singapore. Running on the Zinfin Network is, of course, XDC way down the list, which is weird, right? Watch how far down the list. Where is it, by the way? Oh, it's coming. Don't worry. See? XDC Network way down at number 66 on the list. What are you talking about? It's at 5 cents. Tank, what are you talking about? This is a 5-cent coin. Why are you you're trying to tell me that this XDC, you're yapping and yapping about this XDC, that back in 2021, this thing was 16 cents, and according to coin, tried to say according to coin market cap out loud, like literally say it fast without thinking and do it like 3 times fast. Yeah, it's a hard thing to say. According to coin market cap, coin market cap, 19 cents for an all-time high. 19 cents. Okay. Now, with that, now look at, then somebody's going to say, look at back, it was 0.001 cent back in 2018. What are you talking about, Tank? And by the way, that was bull run time, right? Or no? Well, it was after. All right. So anyway, well, no, that was bull run time, I think. Don't quote me on that one. But yeah, you would say to somebody, now look, what are you talking about? Things at 5 cents. What you're trying to tell me that your big shtick on this channel right now, what you're trying to say over and over again each day is, hey, you're not a financial advisor, but whatever you do, don't go buy or sell these 3 because of what I say or do, and then play this back 3 years from now. That's what you keep saying, Tank? You're trying to tell me that that's what you're going on? You're hanging your hat on that. Answer? Yeah, I am. Don't ever buy or sell those 3 because of what I say or do on the channel, because I ain't no financial advisor. I am simply a talking head and a researcher. Michael Hoffman, welcome back in. Yeah, we are going to pump by the end of the year. Well, and even if we don't, we're going to pump by the time we pump. See, so this is the thing. And now look, here's the thing, Michael and everybody, I hope you all have your heads screwed on straight, because no, I'm not a financial advisor. Now here's where My ego wants to jump in and start saying a bunch of things, and I'm going to pull it back and say I won't do it. I won't do it, can't do it, won't do it. I'm not giving in to the ego. So live, I'm switching gears. I was going to start somehow. It would have been taken as bragging about myself. So I'm not going to do it. I'm trying to give credibility on myself. So let's switch the topics. That topic and get back to the truth, which is that crypto is going nowhere but to the moon. And anybody who's paying attention during this holiday season has their hat screwed on straight. You want to take that hat and just take a peek in any car window reflection availability spot to, a TV that's turned off, and just make sure that hat, just make sure that that lid is flipped, turned the right way now. Make sure your hat's put on straight. Oh, I hope you're having fun here this morning. You know why I'm laughing my off? I have vowed to not swear anymore on the channel. You know why? My wife tells me to take a vow of silence. I get no respect. Point being, I bet you guys didn't know he was a contractor his whole life. Rodney Dangerfield, yeah. He was a contractor. He was an aluminum siding salesman in the 70s. The researcher on this guy. Okay, the research on this guy. The going deep on stuff on this guy. What a wacko. My wife's like, why you remember all this stuff? I'm like, I don't know, because I'm dumb. Here's the deal. Crypto's obviously shooting nowhere but to the moon, particularly with those three and the other 5 ISOs, which would be HBAR, IOTA, Algo, Quant, and ADA. Who is paying attention to crypto these days? Well, a lot of folks. Probably 15% of Americans own crypto. Of the 85% of the tidal wave that will be coming in over these next years. So point again, who knows when the heck it happens? Don't worry. All right, here's the thing. You, me, everybody. Don't worry about when crypto explodes the market. Don't worry about when it crashes. Don't worry about when you're going to die. Don't worry about when that person that you're probably pretty sure, not to be negative at all, is probably talking some stuff about you, maybe a couple people, when they're going to stop doing that. Don't worry about that. There's things you don't want to, don't worry if the sun is going to come up in the east tomorrow morning. You don't worry about that. You let the sun take care of that. All right? Now look, it's the same thing with the market. I got to get all CEO now. Now look, it's the same thing with markets. I'm not a financial advisor. I have seen the truth and I know the truth. And this is how I operate and this is how I'm successful. It's that. It's this. It's this. I got to play it because I'm gonna. By the way, don't forget about Caleb Brown, your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency brokerage. Check it and tell them the tanker sent you. And don't forget, there's a lot of XRP moving, about 200,000. There was 1.5 million moving yesterday in a minute. Today, there's 200. And here's all the corridors and regions I spoke of earlier. But let's first go ahead and get into this because I think it's crucial. What do I know?
Last month on Louis Rukeyser, you summed up your...
Here's an interview. The famous Buy Everything and Hold Forever back on the spring solstice, by the way, March 21st. Interesting date to choose. 2001, March 21st on a Wednesday. 2001, put out by C-SPAN. This is the famous interview that everybody takes clips from. I'm giving credit to C-SPAN. I'm giving credit to Reddit. And I'm giving credit to everybody here on YouTube. And there's no music, so I think we're okay as far as monetization and copyright and everything. We should be. Otherwise, we'll cut this out of the video and repost it. But here you go.
Investment philosophy is buy everything and hold it forever. Do you still subscribe to that in light of what the market has been doing? Or would you unload some things now?
No, my theory is not subject to the ups and downs, the peregrinations of the stock, the unpredictable peregrinations of the stock market.
Take some time and look up the word peregrination. Go take some time and look up that word. Just ask chat real quick or whatever.
painful to do, but I think the idea of owning the stock market is the best approach to equity investing, and perhaps I didn't make that thoroughly clear there. I have never felt that equities should be the only portion of an investor's long-term program. I myself am about 50% stocks, 50% bonds, for example. I was brought up when I came into this business in 1951 with the Wellington Fund, which was and is, and I hope always will be, a conservative balanced fund. But I think the idea of buying and holding forever and not trying to make adjustments requires that you've gotten it right in the first place. That you can only hold tight if you've bought right, if you will. To say, have an asset allocation that has something to do with how many years you have to accumulate money, how much resources you have at stake, how much income you need, and how much courage you have to ride out the peregrinations of the market.
How much courage do you have? That's my question. Real quick, that's my question. That's my very quick question that folks don't want to talk about when it comes to doing this. I'm not a financial advisor. That's my quick question to you. How much courage do you have to ride out the peregrinations of the market, the journey of the market? It's a journey. It's usually on foot, but it's a journey. And how much courage do you have? How much intestinal fortitude? How big are the gonads? Whatever. Come on. Whatever metaphorically we want to use. How big are the beach balls? You know, whatever metaphor we want to use. How much courage do you have? Do I have? Does anybody have? Playing around in this space the way we do? How much courage do we have to put on horse blinders when we need to, like this, and ride out the journey, the up and down and the meandering around the journey of the market in foreign lands? Check out the definition of the word in foreign lands, to use a metaphor with investing. How much courage do you have, or I have, to not listen to all the noise? Because that's what it's a function of. It's a function of not listening to the noise and doing this and remembering with horse blinders and not listening to anything and remembering where you're going, where all of this is going. Narrative has not changed. In fact, never financial advice. Purchasing more of these things at low prices. Positioning, never suggesting anybody does this. This is up to anybody to do. Because some folks are pulling money out of 401ks and putting into crypto. Interesting move. Look at what happens from this. Not that anybody's going to do it. Look at what happens. Nobody's going to track this. You tracking me? Nobody's going to track this with the receipts, right? Right. Nobody's going to track me with receipts, right? Right. To use three of the latest things that all the robots want to say in the world today. Love them all, by the way, dearly. But yeah, look at where all the money is inside 401k, all your basics, all your funds. They're going to hate me for this. You know, I'm not going to name names, but you look at you go ahead and take any 401k. That way I can stay safe. You go look at any of them, look at where their prices are, look at what is going on with portfolio size and and gains. Portfolio gains, and then go back to where, if all of that was taken prior, like right now, put into crypto, at least a large portion of it, way more than half, and never financial advisor here, and this is never financial advice. I am curious to see on paper what would happen to the folks because there are some folks who are doing that, and I would like to see what the difference is in the gains versus the two portfolios. Keeping both. No, keeping the, the whatever. I'm not mentioning any names. I told you I wouldn't. Keeping whatever 401k account and into these funds that you're in for the long haul that maybe shift a little bit over the years. Yeah. Look at the gains on that and go back even. You could even go back to any time frame And then watch what happens with this next. Look at it against crypto and Bitcoin right now. But then even go ahead and match it against the index, the entire crypto market, and match it against that. If the money was put into those, like I'm always saying, throw a dart basically at any crypto coming up here. Because you only got 15% of the planet buying crypto as of now into crypto. That's all also that also is allowed to purchase crypto. Think about that one, right? Because large institutional investors that are moving the market based, of course, on usually real world protocols, right? That are serving a real world enterprise use in the world for companies, businesses, small businesses, to medium-sized businesses, to large businesses. Concerning Ripple and its ODL solution, clearly, there's no question about the partnerships there. So when we look at things like this, we say, oh, now is XRP one that could go to $10, $15, maybe 20, 30, 50, 100, 1,000. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about, because if you look at XRP's tokenomics, oh boy. Anybody tracking me? Why don't you track the prices of these things and be a good little researcher and go ahead and you take these videos and you go ahead and you go hit the play button. Go ahead and mark them down for yourself and shout them out whenever you know the answers. Put them on the whiteboard that's on your fridge or a sticky on your fridge. Go ahead and put it on there. That way you can go back to it a year from now, 2 years, and be like, here's that sticky that's sitting here on this freaking fridge, and I've been opening the door all the time and taking food and drink out over all these years to keep my body going. And now let me take a look. I see this, because that's what I do. And I go back. I revisit things that are on my whiteboard on my fridge. It's a perfect animal for this. I suggest you try it as a researcher. It's a beautiful tool. Anyway, I'll go ahead and look at my whiteboard that's on my fridge that I've been opening the door, hiding right underneath my nose, over and over again, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And then after about 3 years, I'll look and I'll go, oh, shit, I said that. That wasn't a cuss word. Wow, this is where I thought XRP was going to be, or whatever, or XLM, and I wrote down a bunch of these. This is where interesting. You ever do that? You guys into this? I mean, you guys, see, the thing is I think a lot of people, they expect to, people don't want Frank or Tanker at the party. They're like, no, keep this guy out of here. Too much truth for me. Here's the deal. Here's what we all want to do, including me. I do the same. We all do as humans. This is what we do. What we do is we over and over again, often, we say we want to swim in the sea and play around in a world and get into investing or whatever, and do it with our hard-earned money, boom, boom, boom. And we want to be really successful and awesome at it, but we just want to come in, though, and do a weekend warrior thing with it. Really? That goes for me, too, looking in the mirror. Really, Frank? You know that the universe has laws. It don't work like that. Not in the situations like that. You got to go down the rabbit hole and become a master with this stuff. And then you could say, okay, now these are projects knowing where the world is now and where the world's probably going in 3 to 5 years. Here are the projects that I think I will latch on to. You can only hold tight if you've bought right. Now, if you do what I just said way back when, some people did it real early. Oh boy, you're sitting pretty. Because we are about to get a tidal wave of Scrooge McDuck. Remember when he's jumping inside his vault with the gold coins? A huge tidal wave of those gold coins are ready to come flying into this cup. Cougarants, whatever you want. Gold coins that are about to come flying like a tidal wave into this cup. And my goal is to secure this cup on a base as strongly as I can, as securely as I can, so that it doesn't get tipped over when all this stuff get ready to fill it now, right? Because only 15% of the world is purchased crypto, and it's largely because institutions are what move crypto on the market, and they couldn't play ball yet. And it's coming very shortly here now where they can. And when they can, they've shown they want to play ball with Solana, Mimi, horse race stuff too. God bless you. I don't care. I got that stuff too. You guys probably do too. All that stuff gonna go to the moon now, child. Now look at it. What about XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, Algo, IOTA, ADA, and Quant, the 8 ISO 20022 coins? What about all them? Where are they going when Enterprise can actually play ball with them? I'm saying they're going way the heck up. Don't you dare buy or sell anything, because what I say in the channel, because I ain't no financial advisor, and I'm going to keep saying it over and over again, because I don't want to have problems with nobody, because I'm not responsible for your financial decisions. Why would I ever be? This is for informational and educational purposes only. These are my opinions only. And my real world experiences as well. I'm an educator. I'm a reporter. I'm a personality. I'm a talking head. I'm a researcher. I'm an opinion giver. I'm an entertainer sometimes. I am all of these things. I certainly am not a financial advisor. Now, Art Caffeine, welcome back and happy Thursday. My wife jokes with me and goes, anytime you see like your regular people in the channel, you get all excited, like you're going to like jump out of your chair. I'm like, yeah, because it's fun, man. I like these people. I like my peeps. Why wouldn't I? What I don't like is crunching my finger and getting it pinched in between the microphone, because that really hurts. Got to smile and laugh at the pain. It's funny. A reminder, the illusion can feel so real. Guys, here's the thing. I think it's the most obvious thing in the world that crypto is going nowhere but to the moon. And anybody who's playing ball in this space and stops to think, now wait a minute, back to that point, by the way. I can't go swimming in the world of crypto investment or regular investment and, think I'm going to do well and be masterful with it if I don't learn all about it and dig deeply and find out like all about it and understand that I'll improve year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5 by about maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 years, whatever. I can become relatively proficient at this new hobby I've taken up called finance. Yeah? Yeah. We're on year 7, and we are gathering quite a bit of confidence at this point. And this is where Tanker wants to be careful, because that's where we fall on our face. Right? False confidence. Oh, I know. I've been doing this 7 years. I know what there is to know about this investing. No. Oh, yeah. I tried to do it last year. Oh, now I'm going to get smart and think I'm going to play some leverage. But I never didn't play leverage, but I think I'm going to go try to be a day trader now and be 7.8% success, have a 67.8% success rate or 66.7, whatever that number is. If you've researched this, there is a point where, there's a few on the planet that sit there and, by the time 7 a.m., they're already starting before the market opens, actually. So they're at it, 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m., they're doing their thing, they're pulling the research, they're grabbing their top 5 that they want, that have the most explosive moves that day that they see, that they can make the most on. They go ahead and hedge their bets, market opens, they make freaking 2-3 grand by 11 a.m. and they're done. And they're out, some 5 grand, some 7 grand. Oh, yeah. Oh, that happens. You know who does that? Like just a few people on the planet, and I'm not kidding. The folks who've been doing this decades still can't perform that feat. Pull that rabbit out of their hat. 67% or whatever success rate over time. You're not going to be a day trader. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop it. You can make me scream in this microphone. Not that smart. If you are, then don't try to prove it to me either. Because that's what happens is I got almost coaxed into doing it. A friend of mine is like, you think you're going to be, and he was right too, by the way. He's saying what I'm saying now after I went down the journey and I spent, 80, whatever it was, 70, 80 bucks a month on TradingView to get down to the 5-second, 3-second chart, right? And candlestick chart and start, learning candlesticks and everything. And I'm like, and as I'm learning it, and I've learned a little bit and everything, and I thought, you know what? No way. The best on the planet can't do this, and I certainly ain't gonna do this with leverage, which is what you got to do to make this money. Unless you got a lot of money and hockey won't play with. Now, come on, anybody paying attention to this whole game? Because where it's at for me, in my opinion, is doing what that dude said, Mr. Bogle. Good morning, Art Caffeine, and good morning, Sly Cooper. Good morning, my good friends here on the Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy channel. Please tap that like and subscribe if you don't mind. Guys, too much yapping from the tanker. With my big old mouth, I got to get back to the man, the myth. Hold on here. He's got more to say.
Got to take all that into account from that simple statement.
You are the godfather of index funds aimed at the average investor, and this questioner points.
You guys may not know the guy in 75 literally created the class, I guess you can call it. He literally created it. This guy is the master. Let's hear what he has to say. Warren Buffett, I can kind of take you or leave you. As much of a master that you've proven to be, as far as what you're touting and shouting, I'm not sure that that's always what I'm going to listen to as the, how it's really going down. Know what I mean? I'm not saying this guy either, but here comes a master at you.
That actively managed funds have outperformed indexed over the last 2 years. Is there a case then for market timing? What should you do when the index funds are losing money?
Well, as my friend Jim Glassman quoted me in his op-ed piece in the Wall Street Journal yesterday, it's a quote I don't even remember where I made, but it said, I don't know anybody who has ever been successful in timing the market. I don't even know anybody who knows anybody who has ever been successful in timing the market.
He's not wrong. So I was just saying. That's my point. Stop playing around with day trading and leverage and stuff like this, guys, and get into the mindset of what this speech is, which is buy everything and hold it forever. Buy all the crypto and hold it forever. I know he's not talking about that, but I am. I'm trying to relate it to what I'm saying here. Buy all this stuff and hold it forever is what the thought process is. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. You guys do whatever the heck you want. That's your business, whatever you listening to this video do. Now, I could talk to my friends and family and give that type of advice and things like that, but I can't tell you guys what to do. You never buy or sell anything because what I say or do. I ain't no financial advisor. Nope. I can tell you what I do. What I do is I buy right so I can hold tight. And that's what we did.
Last year, at least last.
I don't know what else to say except have a great day. Enjoy it. Understand that fear and greed back to 27 now. Okay, interesting. Interesting story. Fear and greed back to 27. 3.16 for your trail for a crypto market, 92K for Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Okay, have a great day, and I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you have a lovely time today with everything that you do. And I hope you make it a good, make it great, huh? How about you make it great? I can do impersonations like horribly. My wife will tell you, but I think that might be fun. Let's pull some impersonations from the crypto folk. How about we choose the crypto folk that have channels, and then I'll also impersonate myself? Will that help? I don't know. Michael Hoffman, before we jump off here, says, Jake says, when it crashes from oil market, all over will take half cut across the board. How should I play my XRP? I can't tell you how to play your XRP. I can tell you what I think about that statement in closing here. I'm sorry I said I would jump off because I didn't see that I had another comment I had to get to. But Jake, that's to the wife. She gets very aggravated when I keep going and I say I'm jumping off. Jake says when it crashes the oil market, all over will take half cut across the board. How should I play my XRP? I can never tell anybody how to play their XRP. What I can tell you is how I'm playing my XRP. And how I'm playing my XRP is like this. I am focusing my mind on where the real world is with payment systems and so on and so forth, where I believe they're going with it. I'm focusing on where Ripple and XRP and the XRPL and Stellar Lumens and XLM and XDC and the Zinfin network and HBAR and its foundation, IOTA, Algo, Quant, ADA, VChain, Chainlink, some of these others that I've chosen that I believe are the future winners on this planet. My thing is I'm waiting unless the narrative changes. I'm matching that up with the narrative of the world and making sure they're going to the right place 3 to 5 years from now. And I'm saying they are. So since they are, that means my prices are going to be juicy 3 to 5 years from now in each one of these. And I ain't no financial advisor. I'm a common sense thinker. Anyway, so are you guys. You know, Jake Claver and some of the others, they take it further. They even have companies that actually, I mean, you know what I mean? These guys are whizzes. These guys are wizards. They're masters, the Jake Clavers and these guys. I mean, I'm a talking head. I mean, come on. But yeah, I agree. I mean, from what I can glean as a talking head, right, as this guy just learned this stuff, I mean, from what I can glean, yeah, Jake Claver and these people, I think they're over the target. How can they not be? Are they saying anything untrue? See, that's the thing is just, okay, here's all you got to do. Take anybody like a Jim Rickards just recently in the interview that we got demonetized for him. It's fine because of London Real, but it's okay. My folly. I need to pay more attention. Yeah, Jim Rickards is saying to you that in his opinion, he's deeply ripped apart crypto and everything. And boy, you better stay away from it. Nah, he didn't say you better stay away from me. He said, I'm not messing around. He goes, I don't recommend. That's what he said. I don't recommend anybody mess around with blockchain technology and stuff and crypto. And he, the way he's saying it, he could have meant just Bitcoin. He specifically said Bitcoin's a store of, not a store of value, or it's a store of speculation, and that's why he didn't like it. And boy, is he over the target with that one. So just look at what anybody's saying and be like, is that wrong? Is what they're saying wrong? Are there any untruths? You know what I mean? Because that's all I got to do. Because that's all I do with me constantly is I'm looking at myself going, Frank, any untruths? I just found one. I just found a project of my 46, as I've told you many times, that turned tail and is taking, still connected with large partners. So still going to be something and going to go up in price, just not going to go to the kind of double, triple-ish digits I thought it was going to go based on the role it was going to be playing. It switched its role as a business, its model. It has to do with payments. I'll give you a hint. But anyway, I switched one of mine and it's okay. So, you know, you can only hold tight if you bought right. Yes, true. Nothing's perfect. We all have ours. I have a couple of other ones that had happened to me, 1 or 2. Anyway, not bad out of 46 though. But anyway, you got to, that sounded like bragging. Now look at, all we're saying here is that I'm not a financial advisor. This stuff is easy to pick off. You can do it. I can do it. We all can do it. It's not a big deal. Anybody can do it. You guys have done it. A lot of you guys, hats off to you. You have chosen and bought right. And I know Art Caffeine and some of the others and Michael and Marnie and, you know, some of the others that joined me. Sly, not sure, Sly, where your stance is. But, you know, a lot of the folks that joined me, Mon Sager, Mark Sager, all these regs, Two Paws, Nelson, loads of them, totally awesome, turkey base. Let me shout out to peeps in my community off the top of my head here. Turkey base, right? Totally awesome. All these great people, got the receipts. All these great people that I know have, you've told me that you've purchased XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, Algo, IOTA, Quant, ADA. All of these 8 ISO 20022 coins that are compatible with ISO 20022 messaging that now is required by SWIFT. Guys, boring to some people, but not to others, because a lot of people don't know this stuff. Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, which is SWIFT, which is one of the largest consortiums on the planet that you never even heard of, along with International Standard of Operations. So go to ISO.org. you'll see they have a best practices messaging code for basically everything from garbage removal to brain surgery to culinary arts. I don't suggest you mix those fields together at the same time. Could be a dirty operation. Now, here's the deal. ISO.org lays out their messaging banking codes, which they had other ones before ISO 20022, which I didn't know till recently, but they have a number, well, a few years ago. They have a number of ISO messaging codes, by the way. So they have all these best practices messaging codes for everything on the planet, every industry period. Go to the website and see the truth. They're huge and have a huge influence. As does the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, as does the FSB, the Financial Stability Board. We're starting to get into it now. I thought you were supposed to end the episode. I was going to, but I want to end on a marker, so I literally am giving myself another 4 minutes. I might end faster. Here's the deal. Education time, real quick. Bank of International Settlements, put together in 1930, was supposed to last for 2 years to give gold reparations back to the folks that it got taken from in all over Europe. Not just Germany, but also Italy and Poland and all over. Okay, was supposed to disband 2 years later. Never did. Oh, interesting. Okay, now, from that comes a board, the FSB, that then essentially gives the marching orders, so to speak, to the BIS, which is the Bank of International Settlements, which is the central bank of all the central banks. So you got the federal bank, you got the Fed in the U.S., right? You got all these the best central bank of Japan, blah, blah, blah. You got all these federal banks, central banks across the planet. Well, they all report to the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements. That's Augustus Carson. That's the guy who was the head of the Central Bank of Mexico, right? That's that big guy. That guy's the big boss. Well, one of, okay, because the Bank of International Settlements and all the G20 economic nations all take the marching orders from who? The Financial Stability Board, which did not disband, that actually only got more deeply rooted and is running things. Okay, so that's the deal. And that's how the world works. And then the monetary systems and laws get laid down after that, and the banks and all that other stuff get laid down after that. Okay. All right, you got it. Okay, so that's what's going on. I had to give you a quick little Joe Pesci, a quick little breakdown there. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that wasn't my impersonation. I got a better one. I got to work on it first. My Joe Pesci. Here's the deal. It's all happening. It all just keeps happening again. Anybody paying attention? I got to get off this air. I got to get off the channel. Too much yapping from the tanker. Anybody paying attention? Anybody getting ready to, let's start a company in a few years called, they already have Tap Jets, which is the Uber Jets, Uber for Jets. Let's create Tap Yachts. No. Let's go help some people. That's what we should do. Let's create some .orgs and go help some people on the planet. How about we do that, huh? Have a great